they're out on Stamkos and Marchessault. Marchessault was my fallback guy. I liked him a lot. And at $5.5 million a year.
Seems real stomachable. Seems real palatable.
5 years, though, but still.
5 years is your window. If you want to sign a guy for 5 years, sign a guy for 5 years. I'm down with that. That makes sense.
Their own free agents that they tried to re-sign, they couldn't come to terms with. David Perron, which doesn't bother me. Gostisbehere doesn't really bother me, but he's so good on the power play.
Combine the two, though. They're both good on the power play. You're missing goals now. So now you need to add in the forward group and presumably a defenseman or a goalie. Now you've created more needs that you must fill.
And then there's the name of Jacob Chikrin that comes up all the time. People wanted him on defense, and he gets traded to Washington for a former Red Wing and a third-round pick. So right now it's all the excitement I had last night about the Patrick Kane signing, the rumors of Steven Stamkos, the trade rumors of Jacob Trouba, and thinking that all three guys could be wearing the winged wheel was really enticing to me. And now I'm still happy about Patrick Kane because I think Patrick Kane will be an even better player this season, upcoming, than what he was last year for the Red Wings because he'll play more games. And presumably he's healthy and training to be like you normally would train on a season rather than rehabbing. But Kenny, here's what I'm scared about. Are they saving the money for John Gibson, the goaltender?
If I hear the name John Gibson one more time, okay, Gator, what's the benefit? What's the benefit of getting John Gibson? Is he not a lateral move from Lyon and Husso? I don't see him as being all that much better. You could say, he plays for the Ducks. That stinks, so he's in a bad spot. Sure, he's played like that for 5 years. He hasn't gotten any better. So what am I supposed to be jumping up and down? Like the John Gibson smoke, I didn't understand from the beginning because you say, all right, you want to get better either defensively or in net. That does neither. That's at best a lateral move. Maybe there's a little bit more juice to squeeze out of it, but to me, John Gibson's a nothing burger.
Yeah, it's been 5 years since he was a good goaltender,
right, exactly.
Really good goaltender in the league. But it's been 5 years, and yeah, it's the argument is the Anaheim Ducks thing. The Anaheim sucks, and the Red Wings.
It's the opposite of the Ullmark thing because people are like, Ullmark's only good because he played in Boston. Well, we'll see. I guess I think he's a pretty damn good goaltender.
So what's going to make Kenny Cott happy? As a Red Wing fan, as a hockey fan here in Detroit, what do you want to hear about? Because it seems like free agency wise, it's kind of they're already been picked through. So what do you got? Is there a trade that you want to see? Would you feel better if Trouba is announced as a trade?
There it is. That's exactly it. It begins the bare minimum is a Jake Trouba. You get substantially better on the defensive end. He's a winner. He knows how to win. He's been in this league for a long time. He's a leader, which is exactly what you need for this young defensive core. You have guys coming up that you're touting like Albert Johansson, and then you have Edvinsson that came up last year, and you have a very young defensive nucleus, even Mo Seider, still young. So to bring in a guy like Trouba, yeah, that helps a hell of a lot. And let's be honest about it. He's a bully. He's a mean dude on the ice. And
neither one of those.
And what has been one of the primary concerns for Wings fans this past couple of years is, they're not mean enough. They're not gritty enough. Yeah. We need a Bob Probert.
Don't need a Bob Probert.
We've got that call a million times though, Gator, and you know it.
Yeah.
So to me, that I guess that silences some of that. But it is an important thing to have somebody who can be a bit of a bully on the ice.
I agree with that. Kenny, thank you very much. And
anytime.
Hopefully we'll have some more updates on the Red Wings and positive updates of players have added to make us go, yay, as opposed to, yay. That remains to be seen. Some ticket text coming in. Kane may be a point-a-game guy, but to the detriment of overall Wings scoring. 30 games without Kane, the Wings were plus 22 goal differential. 48 games with Kane, they were minus 19 goal differential. They only won 22 games with Kane on the ice. DeBrincat lost his game when Kane started December 7th, where the Wings lost 10 of their next 13. Let's go Red Wings. It's a lot there, okay? And also, I think the Red Wings got off to a better start than people expected to. They bring in Patrick Kane. And yeah, it changed things up, shuffled the lineup a little bit. I think some of those numbers could be a little misleading. I don't think you can just blame DeBrincat losing his game because Patrick Kane got here. I mean, DeBrincat has had long stretches before where he hadn't performed in his career. It was disappointing there when it happened. But I think a healthy Patrick Kane this year is going to be better for the Red Wings. He was healthy enough last year for the Red Wings. He's a point-a-game guy. But the other thing this does when you're losing your own free agents, and it creates roster spots. So if you wanted to see Jonathan Berggren, unless he's going to be part of a trade, now Berggren gets to maybe get a regular shift. If you want to see Marco Kasper is going to have a chance to make this team. Will Nate Danielson have a chance to make this team? And, you might see some of those younger players getting that opportunity. You're going to see a couple of defensemen. Another text came in. Not a fan of forwards 34 and older and defensemen that are over 32 unless you're on the verge of winning the cup. Happy with Kane. It was just a 1-year deal and not longer. Jacob at 30, 2-year contract would be perfect. You know my answer on Stamkos. If you're going to go with the over 34 forward thing, then you probably don't want Stamkos. It doesn't matter. Stamkos is not going to be here as he's going to sign a deal with the Nashville Predators along with every other great free agent that's out there. 248-539-9797 is the telephone number. But other things can happen. I'm expecting Yzerman to make a trade to bring in players at this point.